Welcome to my channel, which you can only subscribe to if you've also had a replica of your own head in your freezer for the past 3 months. But don't worry, for you I'll make an exception. So the last birthday cake I made myself looked like this. It was a bit more simple. The making of my 22nd birthday cake was a journey. And like any good journey, it starts with half a liter of petroleum jelly and gluing a plastic bag to my head. What I'm about to do is, using plaster strips, I'm going to make a mold of my face to make the most conceited birthday cake ever. My plan is to make myself a bust cake of myself for my birthday. I'm gonna Vaseline up my face and then get plastering. Although if I had no eyebrows, it would be one less step in my cake. Also, the person who lived in this apartment before me left a bunch of wig glue and like wig shampoo, so I used her wig glue to glue this plastic bag to my head, which is kind of convenient. So I'm so shiny, oh my god. This is quite the sensation. While I look so great, I might take a quick second to explain the reason I got this idea is because there's one video on YouTube of a bust cake where she gets her son to dip his whole head in icing sugar to make a face mold before she actually makes the cake. So I thought this would be a more accurate way of doing it. So I've got plaster strips here and I'm gonna just start sort of laying them on my whole face. Very shortly after I start doing this, I won't be able to talk, so I'm probably just gonna time lapse through most of it. I made one fatal flaw in this process. For some reason, I felt the need to pinch my nose when it was kind of dry, and it made it really, really hard to breathe. But the half pound of Vaseline paid off and my eyebrows remained on my face. So what I'm gonna do is fill in the eye holes and the nose holes, and then let this dry in a bowl for a couple hours. I'm not 100% sure how safe of a choice this was, but I googled it and Mod Podge is non-toxic, so I used it to sort of coat the mask to make it more slippery, and then of course let it dry, and then I coated it in butter, and then I filled it with candy melts to make the edible cast of my own face. I also used cake pop sticks to set in the mold to give something to attach to the rest of the cake when it came time. The very unfortunate plonk into the sink kind of punched a hole in the eye with the stick. I sealed it as best as I could temporarily, and that marks the end of day 1. I didn't think I could hold a smile long enough to actually make a face mold of me smiling, so day 2's mission was to go in and carve and sculpt the face in a way that looked like I was actually smiling. It's strange enough that I'm making a cake of my own face. It would look even creepier and scarier if I wasn't smiling. Please excuse the use of this religious candle with my friend photoshopped on it as a rolling pin. I did wash it. I realized I didn't own a rolling pin, and this cake already cost me so much, and I have no other purpose for one, so. Changing it from me just like resting face to smiling was so much harder than I thought it would be. Plus, I've literally never sculpted anything in my life, and I don't know why my first attempt at that is a realistic sculpture of my own face. But after literal hours of sculpting this thing, this was the end result. In trying to make my cheeks look bigger like I'm smiling, I made all of it just look too long. Cut the chin off, readjusted. This is where I left off and considered it done. The making of the base to support my dense head was outsourced to my carpentry team. The base itself is just literally a circle of wood and then some PVC pipe. So, this is our lovely tinfoiled base. We've got the Rice Krispies. According to a lady on the internet, marshmallow only likes to stick to marshmallow. So I've just got some marshmallow here to put on this portion before I start getting to adding the Rice Krispies. I'm just gonna grab some butter. That felt so wrong. Okay. I'm really just winging all of this. My hands are greasy, but I think it's time. Sticks. Oh no, I punched a hole through my face. Okay. Oh no. So this is the dilemma. I forgot that my cake did that, but this is actually super helpful. So it's really not wanting to stick to this thing. So what I think I'm gonna do, fill in the cracks with compound chocolate, which is like the sturdiest thing I can, and then put this in the freezer again. I'm just gonna fill in all of these cracks. How's it look?
It looks really good. If I'm honest, I mean, it's creepy, but it looks good.
I also accidentally punched a hole in my eye.
Oh no.
Oh well, it's not bad.
Can you still see or not?
Listen, is this lighting or camera the greatest? No, but I've ran out of space, and this is time sensitive. Am I recording on an iPad like a mom at a graduation? Yes. Cool. What these time lapses don't show you is the pure struggle of working against gravity. Especially because I made the executive decision to not do the back half of the cake because I can't see anybody. It's still lockdown. So why make more than 2 cake mixes worth of cake? I just need you to know how much of a struggle this was, even though you can't really tell when it's in 20 times speed, okay?
You made the bust with your likeness with green skin as you as an alien.
Why? That marked the end of a 3rd day of effort into this cake. I put it in the fridge overnight to be as sturdy as possible for the next day of decorating. I had a midterm that night, so I didn't start decorating until pretty late, and I think I ended up doing this until about 1 a.m. I give up. After having this idea in my head for weeks, it was finally coming together, and I could finally do the one thing I kind of know how to do, paint. While you look at the final product, instead of sharing any of my thoughts, I will play for you the feedback I received from my parents.
The creepiest thing about it is the fact that Meghan felt the need to do this for her birthday.
Well, Megan, you did it. How many hours is that?
Maybe like 12 hours total. That's not too bad. I need this for the psychologist when I have to
You're
show.
wreck it.
At what point in life did you go, I need to make a cake that looks exactly like me in ode to my birthday?
No, she's probably going to become a serial killer in a later...
That's what I'm
Yeah, but
saying.
it's okay, as long as she doesn't kill us.
Wow, we've come full circle. This is the final moment. I wish that next year I do something much more simple and put myself through a whole lot less pain. After a couple hours out of the fridge, gravity was already helping me cut my cake. And then the remnants of cake me remained in the freezer while I finished my exams. Please, somebody, tell me what I should do with this severed head. I feel too guilty to just throw it out. I could eat it, but that also feels kind of weird. She's gonna go back in the freezer for who knows how long until I have a good enough idea of what to do with it. Her, me. Okay, bye.